How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing well, and as some of you may be aware, I have recently been kind of unable to make videos. I've been very busy. However, today I am just about to get my COVID vaccination. Another loose chain of events later. I thought it might be nice to talk about what I keep in my tech bag in 2021. So first of all, we have the bag. I have this very giant bag that is in terrible condition and I've used for like 10 years. I have tried lots of other different bags over the years. However, I just keep coming back to this one purely because of the size and the protection that it offers my tech. It has lots of pockets, lots of features, and even a laptop sleeve, which is useful for me, because that's where I keep the next piece of tech, namely my M1 MacBook Pro. This has been my main computer for almost a month now, I'd say. What's the date? It's the 17th of June. I got it. Yeah, almost a month. This thing is awesome. I've talked about this before, but essentially I wanted to switch to a system where I could have the same workflow that I have at my desk on the go. And what better machine to do this with than possibly the perfect mix of portability and power. This machine runs absolutely everything I want it to. I've been editing almost exclusively in Premiere Pro, despite it not being fully supported yet. And no matter what situation this thing's in, it kind of kicks ass. As strongly implied, I keep this thing in the laptop sleeve in my bag. And recently, I added this nice protective marble skin because I really don't want to scratch this thing, and it also adds a nice little bit of personality. So yeah, that's the first real piece of tech. Next up, we have whatever phone I'm currently using. Now, usually I keep this in my pocket, but I kind of felt this applied here all the same. I'm not going to be showing the phone that I'm actually using as my daily driver at the moment because that is currently a secret. Got 2 videos on the go about that already, but as some of you may know, before I used this phone, I had the iPhone XR. I can either keep this in one of the many side pockets of this bag or usually just my pocket. Seeing as I use this device quite a lot for things like tracking my steps or casual photography, it is important that I keep this phone with me. Up next, we have my travel headphones of choice, which just so happen to be the Beats Studio 3s. I got these for a really good price back in September, and I am so glad that I did. First off, I like how they look. That's certainly not the most important thing for me, but I do like my tech to look good. Next up, the noise cancelling on these headphones. Oh man, I was in Birmingham New Street train station, and if you live in the UK, you will know that that gets very loud. I had the active noise cancelling on and I could barely hear a thing. I actually think this is a really important feature of travel headphones because you really don't want to be cranking your volume in order to compensate, so I can still listen at a sensible volume, but actually hear my music. The sound quality is also shockingly good considering the reputation that Beats have, and as long as you get them at a good price like I did, this is an awesome pair of headphones. Next up, we have my shotgun mic. Now, obviously, I'm not using that right now. I'm using this mic. However, often when I'm either vlogging or I'm on the go or I just want some quick audio, I will use my Rode VideoMic as it's been my go-to shotgun microphone for years now. I first of all like how affordable it is. At £60, this microphone is pretty damn cheap, and I also like how it sounds. It's got a nice warm response, and it also just gives my videos that little bit of extra bumping quality whenever I'm vlogging. Carrying on with this theme, we have my smaller separate camera bag inside my bag. Yep, I know, it's a weird one. I actually got this idea from Peter McKinnon's Nomadic bag. I liked the idea of a small camera bag inside a larger bag, so you could only take with you what you needed. And so I used this little Manfrotto bag that I've had for literally years now to store my camera body, 2 of my lenses, and extra things like lens caps and filters. The first thing we have in this camera bag is my EOS R. This has been my favorite camera for a very long time now. Honestly, I was pretty skeptical about switching to this camera at first. I mean, the massive crop in 4K, the mediocre frame rates, and just other things that made this camera not quite ideal for video. However, after using it for over a year now, I can definitively say this camera is almost perfect for me. I would like 4K 60 and 1080p 120 FPS, so I might be switching to the Canon R6 relatively soon, but honestly, as for now, this camera has been borderline perfect. Next up, if you've got a camera body, gotta get some glass. One of my current favorite lenses is the Canon 24-70 f4L lens. I like the f4 lens because it's full frame, so I don't really need the f2.8. I didn't want to shell out the extra money for the f2.8 version 2, and I like the autofocus speed control that you get and movie mode with this lens, along with the image stabilization. Now, this EOS R doesn't have IBIS in, which I actually prefer because IBIS is usually the first thing to break in a camera in my experience. So having that little bit of extra stabilization is nice. After this, we have my vlogging lens, which is the Canon 17-40L. It's almost as wide as the 16-35. It actually zooms in a little bit further. And while it does lack both image stabilization and it's not particularly fast at f4, it's still a pretty great ultra-wide lens with nice color reproduction. And for vlogging, it serves me well. The last lens I have is a little bit of a fun one that I don't use all that often, to be totally honest, but we have the Helios 44M, which is a very old lens. It's completely manual aperture, manual focus. I think it was made in the USSR, and this lens has some really fun characteristics that make this thing excellent for shooting B-roll. You get some of that nice swirly bokeh, and while it's not the sharpest lens in the world, so it's not great for filming tech, I still really like it. Finally, we have my Nintendo Switch. Now, as some of you may be aware, this has been my favorite console for a very long time now, and just so happens to be portable. So usually when I'm traveling or I need to pack up a tech bag, I mean, especially when you're traveling, you never know when you're gonna get some downtime. You could end up with a 3-hour train journey or a 2-hour crossover at an airport. So having a portable games console with a nice selection of games is always nice. And while I could certainly just use my phone, honestly, sometimes it's nice to play some bigger games. After that, that's it. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I know this has been a quick video. As I said, got 2 more videos in the works, one of which is almost ready. Also, what's something that you keep in your tech bag? Do you even have a tech bag? Feel free to let me know in the comments. I always enjoy reading those. My arm's kind of aching. I took a break in the middle of this video to go get my COVID shot, so this might make this portion of the outro a little bit more difficult than usual. As for now, though, as always, thank you for watching. Remember to like the video if you want to see more content like this, and smash that subscribe button. I'm done for now, and I will see you guys in the next one.